2, 1, 2, 3.
The Sir Shop, Statesboro's finest men's fashins.
And welcome to the Georgia Southern Postgame Wrap-Up Show. I'm your host, Josh Aubrey, being joined by Mike Anthony, sports editor and Georgia Southern beat writer for the Statesboro Herald. And Mike, Georgia Southern was a 20-point favorite as far as the Vegas odds went coming into this game. We both thought maybe that's a little too much. Maybe it's just about right. Georgia Southern comes out with a 37-13 victory. Couple turnovers, not a great first half, but they really got things in gear. 500 yards of rushing. Matt Breida over 200 yards rushing. What can you say? The Eagles rush to another victory here at Paulson.
Well, first of all, you got to hand it to Vegas. They know exactly what they're talking about 20 points all the way. Georgia Southern could have made that look a lot worse if not for 3 first-half turnovers, coughing the ball up, getting a little bit careless with it, but I don't know what Coach Fritz said at halftime. Obviously, it worked. They come out in the second half, they go +2 on the turnovers, get a couple of interceptions, look much more crisp on the offensive side, and overall just outclassing Texas State on both sides of the ball throughout the second half.
And we've mentioned about the unsung heroes of defense who, despite maybe giving up some points last week at App, played a pretty good game tonight. They really played well.
Especially Antonio Glover, he needs to be highlighted. Another interception tonight, only 1 coming into this season, now 6 for the 2015 season. That now ties a Georgia Southern single season record. He's still got a couple more games. I would have to assume the way he's playing, he's probably going to end up number 1 in the books by the end of the season.
All right, so without further ado, with the rain falling down, let's get out and see some highlights. Another Thursday night showdown for the Georgia Southern Eagles as they host Texas State, trying to rebound from last Thursday's loss to App State and become bowl eligible in the process. Early on, facing 4th and short, the Eagles go for it. And Kevin Ellison with the first down carry here. That would lead to this. The handoff inside to Matt Breida, and he's gone. 37 yards for the touchdown, and the Eagles take a 7-0 lead. More from the Eagle defense. Antoine Williams, the hit. They'd hold Texas State to just 213 total yards of offense. However, turnovers killing the Eagle drives on offense. Here, Ellison coughs it up. To the second quarter we go, and no problem, back to Breida, and back to the end zone. Breida 48 yards on this score. He'd have over 200 yards rushing. Texas State would tack on a couple of field goals by Lumi Kaba to cut the lead to 14-6. The Eagles trying to answer with points just before the half, but another fumble recovered by Texas State. And we go to the half with Georgia Southern leading by only 14-6. Second half, the Eagles would start putting things together offensively. Check out Wesley Fields spinning out of trouble. He picks up a block and he goes 38 yards for the touchdown. Fields 158 yards rushing. Texas State able to respond though. Tyler Jones to Japhis Gaines cutting the lead to 21-13. The Eagles then going back to the ground. Fields another nice hard run, picking up a first down. Next it's Ellison, one of only 3 Eagle completions through the air. This one to Breida for a first down. L.A. Ramsby getting in on the act. He'd have 69 yards on 17 carries. This drive stalls. Youngwei Koo comes in and he splits the uprights from 44 yards away, giving the Eagles a 24-13 lead. Back to the defense we go, and again, the Eagles keeping the Bobcats in check here, stringing out the option for a loss on third down. And then on the ensuing punt, a great game for Derek Keaton, nowhere to go on the far side. He cuts back, picks up some blockers, and he goes 60 yards before finally being taken down just shy of the 10-yard line. That will take us to the fourth quarter, and another Youngwei Koo field goal as the offense sputters inside the red zone. Back we go to the impressive freshman Wesley Fields, making the most of his only 9 carries, going for 158 yards. This one 64 yards. He'd have over 17 yards per carry. That leads to this, nowhere to go for L.A. Ransby. And check out the block by quarterback Kevin Ellison, freeing him for the score. 34-13, plenty of highlights. But here's the capper. Matt Breida bottled up 5 guys with their hands on him, including what looked like a horse collar, but he breaks free, going 42 yards. This made SportsCenter's top plays. Koo then with the finishing touch. The Eagles with over 500 yards rushing, and they win 37-13.
Boys, get out!
Get into TC Outdoors and get out. Get out there and catch a fish. TC Outdoors has everything you need. TC Outdoors, 246 Northside Drive East in Statesboro, or tc-outdoors.com, your hunting and fishing headquarters.
And after the game, we had a chance to talk with Coach Fritz and some of the players about the 37-13 victory.
Great atmosphere. It was good to go out here in front of the home crowd and get back going to what we were used to. App State was a rough weekend. It was a rough time in Boone, but it's nice to get back here and get back going. We spent this week learning that you got to put the loss back in behind you. You can't dwell over it, because each week comes up and we got a new opponent. So we came out here and I felt like we started off a little slow, but that second half we really came out firing all cylinders on both sides of the ball.
Came out and really played. This week of practice was tough. The coaches were real hard on us, and we don't like losing, especially to App State. And we came out with a different mindset. The atmosphere was great. The fans stood behind us. Like Antoine said, when we left Boone, that drive back just kept replaying in everybody's head, and we don't want to feel like that. We look solid today. Defense really held us up after we turned the ball over 3 times. They really kept us in it, and we really, the second half we came out and it was very balanced. The defense dominated, and we dominated on offense.
Last week it was a tough game, so man, we came out this Thursday, we try to make a statement to the world and to the nation and just show that we still are Georgia Southern. We still can play and win games and run the ball. So we did a fantastic job. Offensive line blocked the tails off, and the wide offs, they held their own on the outside. So it was a great team win.
Last week was very tough. We had a high expectation coming in that game. We didn't meet those expectations, but coach did a very good job, and we did a very good job as players. Just putting that behind us and focus on this next game coming up. We always, want a lot of rushing yards, and last week we didn't do that, so that was kind of, we had to put a chip on our shoulder. We got to get back to what we do. We got to put, lots of yards up, and we got back on track tonight.
Coach Fritz emphasized that all week in practice. We just want to show everyone, how Georgia Southern plays football, and we could have played a lot better last week. So we definitely came out this week and proved it. Definitely in the second half. I feel like the first half we could have played a lot better. We had 3 turnovers, but definitely in the second half we played a great game of football. The difference was, we just played a lot better up front than last week. The offense line did a great job. Like I said, I feel like in the backfield tonight we could have played a lot better. We had 3 turnovers that really could have cost us the game. So I feel like the offensive line and the defense, especially the defense, they did a great job this week. Only held them to 13 points and came up big for us. So just overall, the team did a great job.
Outstanding job by our guys. I was very impressed with us, particularly in the second half. We played great. First half we played really well, but we had 3 fumbles, and that really hurt us. -3 in the turnover takeaways. Difficult to it's really amazing we were ahead at halftime. Rushed for over 500 yards. I thought our offensive line did a phenomenal job of knocking them off the ball. We won up front. Andy Kwan, Roscoe Bird, Darian Foreman, Tommy Boyden, Jeremiah Culbert. They took almost all the snaps on the offensive line. And then to get the big runs downfield, you got to have great blocking by the receivers on the perimeter. And I thought Monte Crockett, Ryan Lagoria, Miles Campbell, all those guys, Derek Keaton, all did a great job of blocking downfield. Special teams, I thought was special. Overall, I thought, particularly in the second half, a dynamite job. Defense played well. This is a team that was averaging, I think, 450 some odd yards per game, and we held them to, 213 yards. So great game overall for the Eagles.
So, Mike, a 37-13 victory for the Georgia Southern Eagles. We were wondering if that App State game would carry over at all. Didn't look like they did. They got back on track, rushed for over 500 yards. No doubt still leading the nation, and the defense played solid as well.
Well, I think it's exactly what Georgia Southern needed, a tough game against a bitter rival on the road. You knew it was going to be tough last week. Appalachian State does what they usually do in Boone. They find a way to get a win against the Eagles, but just having 7 days to bounce back, not bad. They can stay on their regular weekly timeline. Another Thursday night game, a chance to get back in front of the cameras, get on national TV, show the good side of Georgia Southern Eagle football. I know they like doing that, and now rolling into a bye week, a little bit of a chance to get some of those bumps and bruises healed before going down the backstretch, trying to make as much as they can, try to stay as far up towards the north point of those conference standings as they can down the stretch.
Big deal with this victory, of course. The Eagles are now bowl eligible, the 6th win. First time in school history that they've been bowl eligible. Now they have to wait a week with the bye week, and then they get back to action next week, or 2 weeks rather, at Troy. We hope to see you then. For now, that'll wrap things up. For Mike Anthony, I'm Josh Aubrey. Hope to see you again in 2 weeks.